Welcome to the June edition of 71 Magazine. I'm your host, John Bryanton, and with me in the studio today is Leigha Taylor, who is the Director of Development with the Boulware Mission here in Owensboro. Leigha, welcome to the show.
Thank you, John.
And first of all, before we begin, first of all, I can't believe anybody that might be watching would not know about the Boulware Mission, because you guys have been around for so long and do such great work. But for those who may not be aware, what are the services that you offer there?
Well, Boulware Mission is a homeless shelter, and we've been in the Owensboro area since 1921. And what we do is take homeless individuals and we try to identify the reasons that they became homeless and then offer them programs and services to overcome those reasons. Okay. We offer a licensed substance abuse treatment program. We do financial literacy classes and one-on-one financial consultations. Mm-hmm. We do a client savings program so our clients can save money, parenting, job skills classes to teach our clients how to go out and find a job, how to dress for an interview, once you get that job, how to keep the job, and just a whole variety of programs that our clients need to become self-sufficient.
Okay. Well, you know, really, we talked a little bit about this before we got started, but what sort of a need do we have here in Davis County?
Well, actually, there's a great need. In November, the National Center for Family Homelessness issued a report that stated that Kentucky is the worst state in the nation for homelessness on a per capita basis. And Davis County is actually one of the worst counties in Kentucky for homelessness. Wow. We don't see it because, you know, we don't have a whole lot of homeless just out on the street, but they are there, and it is a big problem that we face.
So, but in maybe just so the viewers can understand this, how do they come up with those statistics?
Well, we do a homeless count each year, and we go out and really strive to get a number of all the homeless people in our county. Mm-hmm. And then also the shelters participate in a database where we actually keep track of all of the individuals living in our shelters, so we know how many people are coming throughout the year. Okay. And so that's done through the Kentucky Housing Corporation, and so we've got a pretty good number of people in our community that are homeless. Okay.
Now, I learned so much from you before we got started here, so I want to share this, but you said something about not all homeless people are homeless. Well, or are living on the streets.
Well, right. Not all of them are living on the street because we have several good shelters here in town, and so that's part of the reason that we don't notice it as much, because they may not be sleeping on the sidewalk, but because a lot of them are housed in shelters. You've got the Boulware Mission and the Patino Shelter and Oasis and St. Benedict's, so they do have a place to sleep. Okay. But there are people who don't. There are people sleeping in the park or, you know, just out in the open, and we really try to get those people into one of the shelters that we have.
So really, even somebody, let's say, who might be living with their sister, that can be classified as homeless?
Sure. Technically, if they do not have their own home and they are couch surfing, then they are considered homeless.
Couch surfing, I've never heard it put that way, but that does make sense. Yes. They just go from maybe relative to relative, and
yes, or friend to friend, or
those typically are very difficult to count, I would think.
Yes, and a lot of those are probably the ones that aren't counted, because when we do like a homeless fair, we typically have people who don't have a place to sleep that come to those. And if they're sleeping on their sister's couch, a lot of times they don't consider themselves homeless.
Right.
So they probably wouldn't come to that.
Right. Okay, so I know you mentioned some of the different services that Boulware offers. What is it that really separates you from the other homeless shelters?
Well, the thing that separates us the most is the programs and the services, because we really try to help people overcome the reason that they became homeless in the first place. We don't typically have a lot of people who just come to get out of the cold and then leave the next day. Our clients are people who really want to make a change. They want their lives to be better, and so they come to us to get the tools that they need to make that change. They really have to make a commitment to be there. They have to attend the classes that we offer. You know, if they have addiction problems, they need to go through treatment. If they haven't found a job in forever, they need to go through the job skills class, and then they need to go out and look for a job. And we have case managers that help them through every step of it. But if they're going to be there, they really want to change their lives, and they don't just want to be homeless forever.
Yeah, you know, I learned something not too long ago, and couldn't tell you where I read it, but it's like when somebody is homeless, literally, and they're living on the street, don't have a place to stay. You know, some people may say, well, if they just go get a job, well, you know, they don't. How can you go find a job? Where are you going to take a shower? Where are you going to? I mean, so I think one of the things that homeless shelters do, and especially Boulware Mission, is you take care of that initial need. I think we all have a hierarchy of need, and the first is shelter, you know, shelter and food. Yes. You know, so you really, before you can start getting that person on the right path, you have to take care of some essential needs. Right, you have to take care of the immediate stuff. You have to give them, like you said, a place to shower, make sure that they have the proper clothing to go out and find a job, make sure that they're fed. Some people aren't fed when they're homeless on the street. So we really, you know, the first few days is an adjustment period, and it's them getting back on their feet. Sometimes they need medicine. Sometimes they have some kind of mental disability and they need to get on their medicine. And so we provide a safe place for them to do that and then to start over. Right. Well, that's great. Okay. Getting away from that now, how is the mission funded? Well, the mission is totally dependent on this community. We've been here, like I said, since 1921, and we are solely an Owensboro organization. Now, we serve the entire Grad area, but you know, without the support of this community, we wouldn't be able to make it. We are a United Way agency, and so we do get funds from United Way, and then local civic clubs, churches, and just individuals who really think we do something important and want to help support us. And then the other way that we do it is through our fundraisers. Okay, so is there, I mean, is there a mechanism in place at the state level or federal level that they would provide you money? Well, we have in the past received federal grants, but you have to, you know, apply for the grant, and at the current time we do not have any federal funding. Okay. All right, well listen, speaking of funding and fundraising, you've got a big event coming up August 8th. Tell us about it. Well, it's the 3rd annual Dancing with Our Stars Owensboro style, and it is just a very fun, just exciting evening to go out and you know, watch local celebrities dancing with a dance partner and just have a great time and support a good cause at the same time. So this is like a very much of a takeoff of Dancing with the Stars. Yes. But it's kind of done Owensboro style, is what you're saying. It is. It is. We have 6 Owensboro celebrities, and we have 6 seasoned dancers. They're not professionals, but they do know how to dance. They're certainly better than these the people that they're dancing with. I can tell you, I know a couple of these guys, and they need all the help they can get. Yes. Well, the partners do have dance experience, and they actually met each other about a month ago, and they get to pick their own dance style, their own music. You know, everything that they're going to do is totally up to them, their style. And it is just so much fun to watch what they come up with. Sure. So what can people expect if they go to this event? What's a whole evening kind of? Well, when they come, they will arrive in style because we have a red carpet area where they'll get their pictures made, and kind of just a reception time where they can mingle. And then we have a full sit-down dinner, which is very nice. After dinner, the reigning mirror ball champions will kick off the show by dancing their winning routine from last year. Okay. And who would that be this year? The reigning mirror ball champion is Wade Jenkins with Old National Bank, and his partner is Ellie Arias-Agudo. Okay. And they just did a great routine last year, and it was so much fun to watch. So that'll kick off the show, and then we will have the competition with this year's celebrities. We have 4 judges who will be sharing their comments with them. And then we will break for an intermission, at which time we will count the judges' scores and the votes.
And we'll have open dancing, come back and award the Mirror Ball for this year, and then we'll have more open dancing. But voting is very important. That is another way that we fundraise. It gives the audience their chance to have a say in who wins.
Okay.
And it's just like on TV, the judges' scores and the voting count 50-50.
Oh, okay.
So even if they are the best dancers out there, if they don't have the votes, then they may not win the Mirror Ball.
Okay, so it's August 8th and begins at 6?
Yes, the doors open at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Dinner will be around 7, and then the show will start around 8 o'clock, just depending on when we get finished.
Okay, and what are the ticket prices?
Tickets are $80 a piece,
Okay.
or you can reserve an entire table of 10 for $800.
Okay.
Because of seating, we really try to encourage people, if you want to go with other couples, just go ahead and purchase all the tickets together so that you can guarantee that you're sitting together.
Right.
You know, this year, one of the things we're doing differently is we're going to have more seats available, and we're also going to do a live feed. So even if you're not on the front row or the second row, you should be able to see just fine from your seat.
Oh, okay. So it'll be a live feed with like a screen or something over here?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. Okay, and I told you we're crazy for doing this because I've been in the nonprofit world before. You're having 2 fundraisers practically back to back. The next weekend on August 14th, you got a golf scramble.
We do. Our golf scramble is kind of on auto though, because this I think is the 5th year that we've done it, and we have a wonderful golf committee who puts it on, and it is just very successful, very fun. We feed our golfers lots of food, and they like that, and it's just a great day. So August 14th, if people want to play in the golf scramble, they can go to our website, boulwaremission.org, and there's information there, or they can call the mission about
Where is that going to be played at?
That's at Ben Haas.
Okay, okay. And the price, do you know offhand?
It's $400 for a team of 4.
Okay, all right.
And Don Moore Automotive is our title sponsor for that, and so we have lots of fun prizes for the golf scramble. Also, Old National is our title sponsor for Dancing with the Stars. It will be at the Convention Center. I don't think we mentioned that yet.
Right.
And we have a website for Dancing with the Stars. It's letsdanceowensboro.com.
Okay.
And at that website, you can vote for your favorite couple, and you can purchase tickets.
Okay, real quick though, we've got a moment. I want you to share who are this year's star dancers.
All right, this year's celebrities. Up here we've got Don Moore. Of course, everybody knows who that is. He dances, or he's with Don Moore Automotive, and his partner is Ellie Arias Agudo. She works for First Security, and she's also the reigning Mirror Ball champion this year. We have Jason Worth with Worth Insurance, and he's dancing with Brittany Irwin Makeda, who is a dentist. We've got Shelly Glenn, and she is with Old National Bank, and she is dancing with Dan Prow. He is a licensed Zumba instructor, so I'm excited to see what they're going to do. Justin Weaver, he works with Wellburn Floral Company, and he is dancing with Laura Ruth Edge. And an interesting thing about Laura Ruth is she was our celebrity champion in the first Dancing with the Stars. And she was too good to be a celebrity. So she came back and said she wanted to be a partner this year, and so she's doing that. It'll be fun for her. Then we have Kyle Odd, and he is with Independence Bank, and he is dancing with Sarah Mills, who works for Texas Gas. And finally, we have Tara Estes of Hilliard Lions, and of course, a lot of people know her from Goldie's. And she is dancing with Joey Barr, who was Laura Ruth's partner the first year. So we have 3 champions dancing in this year's Dancing with the Stars.
Well, it sounds like an event-packed evening, that's for sure. Real quick, the telephone number, where can they get tickets for all these events?
The number at the Mission is 270-683-8267. And again, they could go to our letsdanceowensboro.com for Dancing with the Stars. They can vote online. Remember, votes are very important.
Right.
So please support your friends or your favorite couple. And they can also go to our website, boulwaremission.org. Tickets are also being sold for Dancing with the Stars at Old National Bank downtown. So they can go by the bank and get their tickets as well.
All right. Well, listen, Leigha, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I appreciate
it.
Stay tuned. Up next, we're going to be with Andrew Howard, who is the new chairman of a Friday After 5. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.